Today, I'm going to talk about energy and approach. For many years, I exerted a ton of energy around my businesses and being an entrepreneur, working as an executive. I worked 70, 80, 90 hours a week, whatever it took to get things done. And listen, there are still plenty of weeks throughout the year with client deadlines and working on things that happens. But I learned a great lesson about 7 or 8 years ago from a dog trainer of ours. Interestingly, we had a dog that was very reactive to a lot of different things, and we were out doing some training with her. And he happened to mention to me this concept of energy and approach. And he said, look, energy is a finite resource that you run out of. You only have so much of it. Yes, you can use caffeine to try to bump it up. You can do some other things. But the reality is you have a battery and there's a limit to that battery. When you are working on a situation, when you're only applying your energy towards that situation, you have to understand that will eventually run out. Fortunately, I believe as we get older, we get wiser, and we need less energy to accomplish the tasks that need to be accomplished in the most efficient way possible. But there is a better way. Approach. Approach is infinite. If I approach the problem from a different perspective, if I approach it with a different tool, if I approach it in a different way, if I create a methodology or a system, if I approach it and I capture the data from it, and then I change my approach next time and the next time, and the next time, eventually I have infinite resources on approach. I have infinite ways of approaching a problem differently and finding a better solution. I think there are individuals out there like Elon Musk that's sort of a great example of this. Elon Musk does not have more energy than you or I. He does not have more time than you or I. Yet he can be the CEO of multiple companies simultaneously and be involved in multiple industries, from electric vehicles to solar to the Boring Company to SpaceX to Neuralink. He's involved in all these things not because he has more time than you and I, but because he has a different approach than you and I have. He has found an approach that allows him to maximize his individual time by distributing the workload out to multiple other people, or by just taking a different way and a different approach to the problem and thinking about it in a different way, finding a more efficient way to fix problems. So that is the difference between energy and approach. I'd like you to think about it in your life and career. What do you spend a lot of energy on every single day, every single week? You dump all sorts of energy into running payroll or doing the books or keeping up on your expenses. Maybe there's a different way to approach that problem. By approaching that problem in a different way, you might just find that there's something that's far more efficient, that you can take that energy and apply it someplace else. This is all about reserving enough energy to focus on the really good stuff in your business. We've all heard many times that we want to work on our business, not in our business. And if you've been around me long enough, you know that I take a little bit of exception to that. I think we have to spend time inside of our business, building resources, building people, removing barriers, removing blockages, providing more access to capacity, showing people how to address problems differently, problem solving. Because when I do those things inside my business, it creates more capacity for me to use that business for other things. If the people in my organization, I don't want my people to be overworked. I want them to be just slightly underworked. So that when we have something that comes around, something that we need to pivot on, we have the energy it's needed to take that pivot. And we also are approaching it from a different perspective and a different way of thinking so that we can get a much more efficient solution to that problem, that we can figure out how to integrate that system or how to work with that client or how to meet that deadline in a way that we maybe haven't done before. So that is energy and approach.
You ready? Let's go. Welcome to the Process Fixer, help you see the bigger picture. Derrick Maines is the elixir, cut and waste away like scissor. Woo! Got a problem, he can solve it. He's an expert with the process, so for sure you'll see a profit. Bottom line profit. Analyze the work your people doing every day. Expose the inefficiencies getting in the way. Advise you how to automate, outsource, abbreviate, eliminate, innovate. Now there's more food up on your dinner plate.